game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady.
My front four.
Not here. 12.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 73 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
White. 3 down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here we go.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Taken in at the 22. Fights loose. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
From the 31, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Matthews on the receiving end from Breeze. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
First down.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 21.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Nicole Hardman, the intended target.
Ready. Yellow lady.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
On first down, Breeze. And Matthews has it right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
And he's got him. It's caught In the end zone, touchdown, New Orleans. Rashard Matthews there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
49ers,
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Drew Brees, his second touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Switch up, switch up.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. On third and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to loft this one deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he finds Cook. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Ready? Kill.
First down, New Orleans.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And now running right through him. A big play there out of Kamara. 41 yards on the ground. Well, a nice little sprint there. I guess if you're the defense, the only thing you hold on to, you got him out of bounds, but it's first and goal.
And that's all you can hold on to, because they didn't hold on to him very well on that run. He gives them first and goal, as you outlined, with a big-time play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be second and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Garoppolo. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And they work this out past the 25. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Hey, we got 3 down. Check.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Pick me up. Here we go. Watch tight end. Hey, wahoo! Hey,
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Go ahead.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Touchdown, 49ers. Mecole Hardman, 58 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Running with Kamara. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is... And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Travis Benjamin, 30 yards. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Now Gold for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. It's a foot race. The 40. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
On the ground, Kamara. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Kamara. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it with Kamara. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. He's got it up to the 15. Showed off some fancy footwork there on the play. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
Here we go. 180! Stop your whining. 65.
Working from the gun, Garofalo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Here we go. Like 20. 52 right here. I don't think you got it, son. 6.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Going for the deep ball. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On second down, Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
The Niners take over first and 10. Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Breeze on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
And bring it. 6. 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo now sets up the screen to Gordon. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you've won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. A run, it's Murray. Murray, strong running, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up second down. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that? Being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.